Well, hello everybody, Bug Eater 64 here, and you see behind me the X-Plane 11 Beech 18. Now, this is a very old module. I got this D18S back in 2018, and you'll see, I'm going to fly it. It's going to be an FSAirlines flight, and I'm going to be flying from Myrtle Beach back to my home base at Greenville Spartanburg International in upstate South Carolina. So we're going to get in the aircraft. You'll see huge differences. This is not an aircraft that has all the high appointments of the Coronado in Microsoft, but it's a good flying aircraft. Plus, it is equipped with the GTN 750. So that makes doing the flight plan and the flying a little bit easier. But being a tail dragger, she's just like any other. They sometimes get a mind of their own and do what they want. So we'll get inside the cockpit and we'll get the bird going and we'll be on our way. See you inside. Okay, well, here we are at Myrtle Beach in our Beech 18. And as I said, this is a old bird that I got in 2018. So we're going to get her ready to fly here. Double check everything here. We've already got our prop RPMs to full, mixture to full, checking our controls, make sure they are free and clear. So let's get things going here. So master the battery and avionics, and you'll see my Garmin coming up. The Garmin GTN 750 works pretty well. Alright, so prime, boost, and start. So one good engine start. And switch over. Right generator on. Inverter on. So let's go here. And we're going to set the altitude at about 5,000 feet, I guess. Starting out today here at Myrtle Beach, it's a little bit cloudy, but it's actually a pretty good day. But it could get a little more dicey up near Greenville. We'll see. Okay, so primed it, boost on, and let's see if we can start her up. Try it again. Okay, good engine start. So the generators are on now. Our nav lights. We don't need the strobe yet. And we'll set up our direct flight plan. I don't feel like building in all the... So we're just going to go directly from here, Myrtle Beach, to Greenville Spartanburg International up in upstate Greenville, South Carolina. So that is done. And I'm not using ATC because unfortunately even an X-Plane 11.55, I don't like the homegrown ATC that's in it. Hopefully that'll all change when we go to X-Plane 12. And I don't use VATSIM. Okay, so our GTN 750 is set up. Our brake is off. Let's see if we can get down the taxiway. And it is a very long taxi. So we'll get down here to the end of the runway and we will see you very, very shortly. Okay, so we're approaching the end of the runway here. And to our left is where the run-up area is, but we're just going to pull up here, get everything set up for takeoff. Runway 18, and get up here and park and finalize, get ourselves prepared. Alright, so RPM and mixtures to full rich and full RPM. Flaps to takeoff position. Tail wheel locked. And let's be on our way. And airspeed's alive. And rotate. Okay, so landing gear is up. There we go, and locked. See the nice little red light there. Get up here and we will get the flaps up here shortly as we get up to speed, gain some altitude. Flaps coming up. And we will make a turn to our heading. We're going to come around to the right, get on our heading, and I forgot to turn my landing lights on, and as cloudy a day it is, I went ahead and turned them on, and so people can see us a little bit better. So pretty sunny down here at the beach, but indications of the weather up at Greenville is it's going to be a fairly low ceiling. I should probably fly this ILS, but I'm doing it VFR. Haven't been advised of any restrictions, so we'll see when we get up there. About 270 plus miles. And we have kicked it into high speed here. And you know, autopilots and I just haven't been getting along lately in these old aircraft. I don't know why. I have problems even with this flight, and I've never had a problem with the GTN 750. So I don't know. Don't know what's going on with that, but we got it going finally. But it was temperamental, I will say. Just like that. All right. And just check make sure our flight is being recorded for FSAirlines. Make sure we get credit. And you can see it did not want to, but it'll come back. Alrighty, so here we are approaching Greenville Spartanburg, and you can see that we have a very low ceiling. Started out at about, got down to 1,500 feet and broke through. But now we're going to have to go a little bit even lower because we're at 1,400 feet. There we go. And we're going to break out. Get ready to we're flying right over the top of Greenville Spartanburg. Yeah, make a left turn onto our downwind. Oops. I don't have my landing gear down yet, so that's why that horn was going off, because I'm going a little bit too slow without having my landing gear down. We're going to turn on to base and then final. Gear coming down. We'll make sure mixture's back to full rich and prop RPMs to max. As we turn onto basically a short final. And tail wheel is locked. That should help on the landing some. So maybe it won't have a tendency of ground looping. That's the biggest problem with a tail dragger, is you get into a situation and for some reason if the rudders are a little bit off or you're a little off skew on landing, especially if you've got a bit of a crosswind, tail draggers are susceptible to a ground loop, just like you spin around like a top. But with practice, that's good. You learn to deal with that. But unfortunately, don't have enough practice to do it really well in this one. I can make soft landings, but I have a hard time keeping the Beech 18s in both simulations, X-Plane and Microsoft Flight Simulator. I have a hard time keeping them on the runway after landing, sometimes even on takeoff, as you witnessed. But we've got a nice approach. Looking very good. Nice flare, and just let her settle. And touchdown. Not too shabby, 101 feet per minute. Whoops. Well, that wasn't. Well, we kept it on the paved area, and didn't get into the grass, but that's okay. Not pretty, but acceptable and safe. So, flaps coming up. And we'll just pull off this taxiway, get her off the runway, and gonna catch just the corner of the and we'll head over here to our general parking area. And finish our flight. Get some credit, make some money. We've got 8 passengers, so they're here safe on this ugly cloudy day. Greenville Spartanburg International. So I left the tail wheel locked this time because she just seems to, you know, it's easier to keep her in a general direction that way, and I just use differential braking to move her tail over. So we'll come up here, swing around, and pull up to our spot, which is right near that light pole. Okay. Cowling flaps all the way open. Our brakes are set. We're in good shape. So let's end our flight and get paid. And we did. Quite nicely. For what I would consider a short flight, and we're good to go. Successful flight. Well, alrighty then. We finished the flight. We got down safe. Wasn't the prettiest landing I've ever made, even in the Beech. But the airplane flew well. The mission went well, and we made money for my virtual airlines and FSAirlines. So, with that, hope you had a good time. I enjoyed bringing it to you. And until next time, this is Bug Eater 64. And as always, remember, safe flying.